As we've started in our last session, we are reading for the vocabulary hunt. We are reading and trying to find how much of a vocabulary we can really find out and hunt for the same. Now, today's chapter, I'm reading about Gros Morne National Park, and we have got almost about 17 new words for you. I'm going to read first, and then we will go word by word so that you can note those words and add into your vocabulary. Now, as I've told you earlier, I'm reading about 1001 natural wonders of the world that you must see before you die. That's the name of the compilation. You may or you may not see them, but then while reading about those wonders, we are actually finding many words. And that's what the idea is. Once we finish this 1001, we are going to pick up something else to find and dig out something more. Let's go ahead with this. Today we have Gros Morne National Park. Now this is in Newfoundland, Canada, and that's in the list. And this is the third natural wonder that this compilation talks about. Let's start reading, and you can just hear it, and then maybe while hearing you can find the word for yourself, and maybe you can comment and ask for the word if you don't know. But anyways, at the end I'm going to list those 17 words that I have shortlisted for you. Let's go ahead with the reading. Now, Gros Morne has been called the Galapagos of geology. For this national park in Newfoundland's Western Highlands contains some of the oldest rocks in the world and provides an illuminating insight into geological evolution of the earth. The bedrock here tells us the 1,200 million years old story of shifting and colliding continental plates that once united North America with Europe and Asia. Scientists have discovered that Gros Morne, ancient long-range mountains 20 times older than the Rocky Mountains, are a part of same mountain range that runs through Scotland. The ancient rocks of Gros Morne have been worn down by successive waves of successive waves of advancing and retreating ice over past 2 million years, leaving the rounded summits and natural beauty of Gros Morne, Big Hill, and Keldeville Mountains. The result is a remarkable landscape of ancient mountains, fjord valleys, deep glacial lakes, coastal bogs, and along the coast, wave-carved cliffs. But traveling from warmer coastal lowland up to the alpine barrens of the long-range mountains, you can encounter a unique mixture of temperate, boreal, and Arctic plant and animal species. The lower elevations are home to black bear and moose, while the uplands have colder weather animals like Arctic hare and woodland caribou. All of these animals came to Ireland in last 15,000 years after the ice sheet retreated 9 of the island's 14 island mammals are subspecies distinct from their mainland relatives. One of the most awesome feature of Gros Morne is Western Brook Pond, a deep fjord-like canyon containing a freshwater lake. The canyon was shaped by great ice sheet that covered all the Newfoundland. Meltwater from ice sheet flowed down the canyon to the sea, but once the ice retreated, the land, relieved of the weight of the ice, lifted up and raised the fjord shoreline above sea level. The pond has since filled with runoff that still cascades into from the plateau above the form of spectacular waterfalls. The park has numerous excellent hiking trails through the wild, uninhabited mountains, as well as several campgrounds near the sea. Now that's the description about the Gros Morne National Park. Now let's get into the vocabulary part. Now what you must have heard is Galapagos. The Galapagos are the Galapagos Islands. What exactly is Galapagos? When it was said the Galapagos of geology, this place is named that way. The Galapagos Islands are named for their giant tortoises, which are more plentiful at the time of their discovery. So whenever you have something giant, whenever you have something more than imagination, you can call it Galapagos. I really like the word, and I'm definitely going to make use of it. Now, the next one is illuminating. I'm going to paste these words in the description box, and maybe you can check for these words out there. Now the next, number 2, is illuminating, providing insight, clarity, and understanding. Highly informative. I mean, the meaning is highly informative, and illuminating remark, discussion. Much of information is quite illuminating. So these are the usages, and the meaning is clarity. Third is evolution. Evolution, a gradual process of change and development of something. Fourth word is bedrock. The bedrock is a hard layer of rock beneath loose rocks and soil. In some places, the bedrock is exposed, while in others, it lies deep underground. So whenever we have to find something hard for making, say, foundation, we look for the bedrock. Colliding. The fifth word is colliding. Colliding is to crash, to hit something very hard while moving, like the vehicles collide. So that's the word collide, and colliding is the process, and collision is the result. Ancient. Ancient is another beautiful word, and it means belonging to something old, and the period of the history that is thousands of years in the past. Worn down, or wear. Now worn is past participle of wear, the verb. Damaged or shabby as a result of much use. So whenever you are using something too much, it gets worn out. Remarkable. Remarkable is another word where it can be used for something unusual, surprising in a way that the people notice. That was remarkable. That's what we say. Landscape. Beautiful landscape. A landscape is a visible feature of an area of land, its landforms, and how they integrate with nature, natural stuff around, and human made features, often considered in terms of their aesthetic appeal. Now, the 10th is fjords. Fjords is a long, narrow piece of sea between cliffs, especially in Norway. Bogs, in the area of ground that is very soft and wet. Bogs is something which is an area of ground which is soft and wet. Now, the 12th word is barren. Barren is often used to describe an area of a land that lacks any sign of life. Barren land. Encounter. Encounter is to experience something, a danger or difficulty. I'm encountering these problems. So this is something very difficult. I mean, you always can say that I'm encountering these issues in my life. Island. Now, how many of you can pronounce this right? It's Island. Island. A piece of land that is surrounded by water. Canyon. A deep valley with very steep sides. A deep valley with very steep sides. That's canyon. Pond. Area of water that is smaller than the lake. Uninhabited. Uninhabited. Used about the place or a building with nobody living in. That's uninhabited. That's all for now. So we have these 17 words from the information that we had about Gros Morne National Park. And next, we'll be reading about the next natural wonder and try to find some more words from that. Thanks for joining in.